days.
Leave It to Beaver.
The Andy Griffith Show.
The Beatles.
Close your eyes.
Successful aging, a sense of wellness, and great quality of life. Isn't that what we all want? Hi, I'm Lori Fry. Welcome to Senior TV, the local television series that educates and celebrates our seniors. In the next half hour, we'll explore 5 of the most highly regarded health and wellness resources in Western New York. We'll meet local doctors and healthcare experts and learn about a surprising connection between overall wellness and weight loss. We'll see how dental implants can not only transform your smile, but enhance your overall quality of life. We'll learn about how state-of-the-art technology has made hearing aids almost undetectable. And we'll take a ride in customized vehicles that help people with mobility limitations get out and about in Western New York and beyond. We'll hear from some local Western New Yorkers and learn that it's never too late to have the beautiful straight teeth you've always wanted. We'll even give you some great tips that will help keep you active, engaged, and living well.
It's so important to feel connected as we age. Getting involved in creative activities is a great way to stimulate our minds and naturally enhance our social interactions, decreasing the effects of depression and other mental diseases. Not to mention, they're fun. Try some of these things. Painting and drawing, dancing and making music, puzzles and word games, knitting and crocheting, cooking and baking, photography, scrapbooking, and even woodworking, and so much more. Remember, it's never too late to try something new. You just might surprise yourself and make some new friends along the way.
Hearing is a bridge to the world and those around us. Hearing well keeps us connected to our loved ones and makes everyday life much more enjoyable. And guess what? Today's digital technology lets you hear the subtle sounds you've been missing. Let's meet the good doctors at Kenton Hearing.
Kind of cool. When I first got my hearing aids, I had to go to Tops, and I went to the back, and all of a sudden I heard a bird in the store. I have never heard this before in my entire life. And I actually started like tearing up because it's like, whoa, I'm missing these types of sounds.
Every day we get wonderful thank yous, and you get hugs from people that tell you how much of a difference that you've made and how many people who have said, why did I wait so long?
They do help me out a lot understanding words, which I used to mess up words a lot.
Just little things that you don't even remember that you weren't hearing. Some people come in and they say, I finally hear my dog's footsteps on the floor again, or I'm hearing my wife talk to me when she's behind me.
I find that often the biggest part of hearing loss that's difficult is it's very isolating to patients, and by providing them with better hearing, I can actually get them involved in life again, and they can become active and participate.
I was told by an older person that no one ever listens to older people, and I definitely make a point here at Kenton to be a good listener and to be very attentive to what people's needs are.
Most people are unaware that individuals with even a mild hearing loss can have some significant impacts on their thinking and remembering. Diabetes can have many different effects on a person's body. One of them can be some mild hearing loss.
We're often asked how one knows when they should come in and get their hearing tested. Very often you'll see signs where a person is asking for repetition more often, where they find that words just aren't as clear as they once were.
I got pushed by a couple of my friends to get your hearing checked because you're missing out so much.
Well, when someone comes to Kenton Hearing for the first time, they're greeted by a very friendly and very efficient staff. Next thing we're going to do is give you the opportunity to see inside your ears with our video otoscopy, because we want to be sure that you don't have anything foreign in your ear. Then the next thing we're going to do is check to see if your eardrum's working like it ought to. Then you go into a sound booth. It's very important that when you're having a good quality hearing test done, that you are tested in a sound environment. And after that thorough evaluation, we're going to give you a good explanation And we invite you to bring your family with you so that they have an understanding too.
We offer quite an array of hearing aid technology.
And the digital technology has made listening and comfort much better for patients.
They've moved through the technological world where they've been these gawky things behind your ear to these beautiful, simple, inconspicuous hearing instruments. In fact, what do you think of mine right now?
The only thing you can really see if you really look for them is this little plug here, if you will. Now it's just the volume of these hearing aids in general. I mean, I have the option to actually control the volume of my hearing aid. There's actually Bluetooth, so I can actually talk on the phone that goes directly to my hearing aids. So, or even streaming music and stuff like that. I mean, it's wonderful.
We offer our patients a full 60 days to try any hearing aid, and if they're not satisfied, we give them a full 100% money-back guarantee.
We offer extended opportunities when it comes to trial periods. We offer free batteries in order to help people be more comfortable using their hearing instruments as frequently as they want to and we want them to. And people often say to us, "No one told me this before." And so we're honored to make sure that someone has a good understanding of what's going on with their hearing and what the opportunities to help solve a hearing loss frustration are.
If you feel you have hearing impairment, we really encourage you to come in and have your hearing tested by one of the doctors of audiology here at Kenton Hearing. We want to help you to improve the quality of life.
Remember the good old days hanging out at the neighborhood pool? Well, I've got some great news for you. Swimming's one of the best exercises for seniors. This low-impact workout utilizes all muscle groups, making it safe and beneficial. Swimming is easy on the joints because your body weight is supported by the water. This helps relieve tension and pressure in your joints. Swimming is also an aerobic exercise. It helps strengthen your heart and decreases your risk of heart-related diseases. You'll love swimming almost as much as your heart does. So head on over to the neighborhood pool today and have a great time, and your body will thank you for it.
There's so much to see and do in Western New York, but as we know, we need our vehicles to experience it. For most of us, it's not an issue, but for people with mobility limitations, driving can be a challenge. Want to see and do it all? Maine Mobility shows us cost-effective transportation options that will restore your independence. Here's an incredible story of how one man got back in the driver's seat.
I grew up here in Western New York. It's a place I love. It's a place that gives me 4 seasons, and I love to have every single season. And I wouldn't trade this place for anything in the world.
We're very fortunate to live in an area, Western New York, that has so much to see and do. The parks, the downtown settings, our harbor centers that are being redeveloped. And unfortunately, some of the individuals out there are struggling because they're in wheelchairs, scooters, or walkers, and have a little harder time getting out to see all these wonderful things.
When I was in the United States Army, I wound up getting injured while on active duty. I had a case of tank rounds fall on my leg. I was severely depressed. I was immobile. I couldn't walk anymore, even stand. I was facing the life in a wheelchair and not being able to do anything. I was suicidal, and when I got out of the military, I was depressed so bad that for the first year and a half, I lived under a bridge in cardboard boxes underneath the bridges in Los Angeles. When I found out from the VA that I was able to get a vehicle through a vehicle allowance that they had, I wound up buying my very first van from Maine Mobility. I contacted them. I didn't know what to expect. I went in, started talking with Chris and Tom.
We don't sell wheelchairs and scooters. We work with the companies that do that. Simply put, we can take your existing vehicle and modify it for your accessibility needs, or put you into a brand new vehicle that's built that way that will accommodate your wheelchair, your scooter, or whatever is going to be required to get you behind the wheel.
They made sure they tailored it to me, not to a standard, so that I just get something that's workable. They made it so that it works for me.
Sometimes it's as simple as adding something as a handy bar, which is just like an extra handle that attaches to your door jamb to help you get in and out of your vehicle. There are other times where it would make more economic sense to look at a whole different style of vehicle that would accommodate these modifications and make them more feasible for your specific mobility needs. We have one of the largest accessible vehicle showrooms in the entire country.
He said, "Come on over here, I want to show you this van over here." And he had a smile on his face, and I said, "Uh-oh, there's something up." He said, "What do you think of this van?" And he showed me the pickup truck. And I looked at it, I said, "It's a pickup truck." He said, "Yeah, watch this." And he opened the door and I watched this thing operate, and I was like, that has got to be the best vehicle I've ever seen in my life.
If for some reason you can't get here, we will gladly either go to your house and demonstrate it, or we'll pick you up and bring you in and try the things out.
And if you have any problems, they'll take care of it immediately.
We take pride in having a full service department that'll maintain this vehicle for the duration that you own it. But in addition to that, if your needs change, we can add hand controls. We can put electric lockdown systems in there. It can be extremely affordable because there are many programs throughout New York State that subsidize and cover all of the things we're talking about today. We have a buyback program, so if the need comes up where you no longer require this vehicle, we'll purchase the vehicle back.
I'm in my wheelchair inside this truck. You can't get any better than this.
When I'm seeing my clients out there taking trips to Myrtle Beach and going out west and putting on thousands of miles on a vehicle that maybe 6 months or a year ago they weren't even able to drive.
This is better than Mama's apple pie.
At Kaleida Health, taking care of you is what we do. For more than 150 years, we've cared for our community at every stage of life and have been at the forefront of innovative treatments that have become standard around the world, not only extending life, but enhancing quality of life. Kaleida Health is proud of our commitment to improving the health and well-being of seniors in our community. Through our partnership with Senior TV, we will continue to educate, advocate for, and celebrate our senior community. Thanks for watching.
Nearly everyone has struggled with maintaining a healthy weight throughout their life. Carrying around extra pounds can increase our risk of major health problems. We've tried dieting, exercise, everything out there. But have you considered approaching your wellness from the inside? There's a surprising correlation between overall wellness and weight loss we can't wait to share. Meet Dr. Jack Saya and his staff at Inner Health and Wellness.
What everybody is recommending over the last 20, 30, 40 years has caused the United States to be the heaviest nation with the most obesity of any nation on the planet. As a doctor of chiropractic, what I found was I would adjust a patient and they would come back a certain amount of time later saying they were still experiencing the pain. And I noticed there was a correlation between the people that did that and the people that were carrying a few extra pounds, like 20, 30, 40, or even more than 50 pounds.
Being a former model, I had to be very conscious of what I was doing, what I was eating, what I was wearing, how I looked. And it was very frustrating to me to go from a size 8 to almost an 18 as we put on a lot of weight, almost 70 pounds.
I needed to find something that I could implement here in Western New York that could help people lose weight quickly, and get their body healthy. And now what I really truly focus on is getting the body healthy from the inside out, and the weight loss is a magnificent benefit. The weight will come off.
I was my first patient. I put myself on the program. I lost 30 pounds and took care of a host of health concerns.
We say 20 to 50 pounds in 3 months. That's what we tell people they will lose. The standard is around 30 to 40 pounds in 3 months.
I thought, well, how good could this really be? You know, I wasn't eating bad before, and I did exercise, but not like a lunatic. So I thought, well, maybe it'll work. But I'll give it a shot because I was really not a happy camper.
So the standard American diet, one of the major problems that we have in our society is 90% processed foods.
There were some things that I didn't realize that were good for me.
When we look at somebody that's overweight, we look at somebody that's malnourished, and it kind of goes against what you would think a person like that would be. But what they are doing is not putting anything of nutrient value inside their body. But unless you get to the point where you detoxify the body, you will never reach optimal health. It's just not going to happen because of the foods that we're eating and the air we're breathing. We have to rejuvenate the body with proper nutrients. When we can do that, the hormones start working better, the body systems start working better, everything works better, and then that's when we get the body into what's called a fat burning mode.
At Inner Health and Wellness, we offer a variety of services. So we have infrared saunas that we use for detoxifying the body.
The far infrared sauna is a little bit different from a heat or steam sauna, where the infrared rays penetrate deeper into the skin. It helps really kind of boost the metabolism, but it also flushes out the lymphatic system, and it really begins the detoxification process.
Then we also offer cellulite reduction body wraps, which are for cellulite removal, so you will see the immediate removal of those toxins which are trapped in the skin, but they're also really beneficial for people who suffer from pain disorders like fibromyalgia, lupus, arthritis, and also type 2 diabetes because they increase blood flow. We also do LipoLite body sculpting, which is a spot fat removal.
A lot of people like that for if they're going on vacation. It doesn't matter what their age is. Everybody might have a little bit of extra adipose tissue around the midsection, and they like to kind of eliminate that. For anyone that truly is not feeling healthy, say they're just overweight, they have weight loss resistance where they're dieting and exercising, and it just doesn't come off. If they're chronically fatigued, they just don't feel well. Those are the people that truly will benefit from Inner Health and Wellness.
I see them walk through the programs and I see the changes take place in them, how their health issues are being relieved and taken care of, and they're losing weight when they thought that they couldn't before, and they are finally seeing results and having hope.
In 3 months, I lost 35 pounds, he lost 25. And to date, it's 5 months later, I've lost almost 50. And I feel so much better.
Missing teeth affect more than just your looks. You may find yourself unable to eat the food you most enjoy or avoiding social situations. And dentures hardly solve the problem. But now there's a better option. Dr. Robert Meisner and his team at Buffalo Highbridge will share with you how their exclusive Highbridge technology can transform your appearance, confidence, and quality of life forever.
So Highbridge Dental Implants is an application of implant technology that is unique. It was started in Rochester, New York. It is locally produced, the laboratory, very high-tech, CAD/CAM technology.
I had a lot of cavities as a younger man, and those cavities turned into root canals and crowns, bridges. Then I had bridges fail.
It's possible with Highbridge dental implants to have a single tooth replaced, or 3 or 4 replaced, upper front, lower front, or everything.
And then I lost a tooth up front, and that was the last straw for me.
Sometimes when people come in at first, they're embarrassed. They don't want to smile for us. They don't even want to open their mouth.
I was so self-conscious of that one missing tooth.
You know, dentures can give people teeth. Partials can give people teeth. But if you ask a denture wearer or a partial wearer, they will rarely say, oh yeah, that feels like my own teeth. When you ask a Highbridge wearer, or a person that has dental implants with Highbridge, they will usually tell you, feels a lot like my own teeth.
We are able to restore your smile, give you teeth that feel comfortable, that are functional, give you a smile you're proud of.
The dental Highbridge is made specifically for that patient. You know, people will bring in pictures of their wedding or their vacation and say, you know, I'd like to look like that again. Well, you can't do that unless you have a laboratory that's willing to and interested in using all the elements that we provide, the pictures, the conversation, right here in Rochester, New York. I mean, close by. I actually will drive down there and I'll go over a case with the technicians that are actually doing it.
One of my real problems before I got my Highbridge was having gaps in your teeth made it difficult to chew foods. In fact, especially steak, and I love steak. And I could not chew steak very well without opposing teeth. And Highbridge has made a world of difference, and now I can eat anything I want.
People often ask me the question, when should I consider getting a dental implant? And the answer to that question is right away. Here's the fact. The fact is that when a person loses a tooth or many teeth, the bone immediately starts to shrink. And it's dramatic. First year, 25%. Think about that. If you're 6 foot, you're down to, 4 feet?
They told me that I would never leave the dental office without teeth. And that was really important to me.
When you rebuild a mouth using conventional techniques, which means crowns and bridges, root canals, it can be very costly. When you do it with a Highbridge, it can be half that cost. In general, it can be as quickly completed as 10 days. I said that again, 10 days. It's very short. More typically, it's a month, up to 4 months, 5 months, depending upon what the situation is, of course. The success rates with Highbridge dental implants is very, very high. We're talking 90 percentile plus. Really, in my experience, more like 99, 97, 98. That's a lot. It's one of the most successful procedures in dentistry. So it's wonderful to know that we can offer something to a person that is not a short-term solution. For many people, this will be a lifetime success story.
I'm in front of students all the time, and I'm lecturing and talking and smiling.
And the reward is when they go, when they leave, when their treatment is complete, they can't stop smiling. They want to go out and face the world and show everyone who they really are.
If this is something that you understand because you're living through it, and you have interest in finding out more, there's a couple of options that we offer. I'm a believer in face-to-face, so certainly you can make a consultation appointment online, but I would suggest you call us, talk to Kirsten or Linda in our office. They will take very good care of you and bring you into the consultation so we can talk about your needs and what you'd like to have accomplished.
You might be surprised to find out that one of the easiest ways to improve your health and overall wellness is by putting on a simple smile. Not only does having a smile enhance your confidence, but smiling produces endorphins that can relieve pain, boost your immune system, and reduce stress. Let's hear some Western New Yorkers share how Orthodontist Associates made it easy to get the beautiful smile they've always wanted.
About 7 years ago, I lost my husband, and I was just looking for a new me of sorts.
I had crooked teeth my whole life. My bottom teeth were always crooked. When I was little, we went to the dentist. My sister got the braces. My parents could only afford one set.
I said, I'm gonna go see him and see what he can do. And I thought, oh, I'm too old. I really shouldn't do this. Who at my age does this? I bet I'll be his only patient on Lipitor.
We have patients of all ages, which is kind of interesting because it makes it a lot of fun. It's fun to interact with the young child patient. It's also fun and rewarding to interact with the patient in their 80s.
He said, oh no, there's a lot of people.
We had another friend, John Globus, who's even older than me, came here and he had braces done. And he said, go for it.
At Orthodontist Associates, we strive to be the leading orthodontic provider in Western New York.
We're interested in having advanced technology to enable us to make a better diagnosis.
Well, the mission of the practice is to make beautiful smiles.
Orthodontists as specialists require extra training to do what they do.
We put technology in our office that many offices do not have in order to really get a good idea of what's going on with our patients, what's going on underneath, things that go undiagnosed.
We don't just rush into treatment. We want to make sure that we're making sound decisions, and in the process of making those decisions, give careful explanation to the patient so that they buy into the treatment and they're capable of having a better quality result.
We have conventional braces, we have clear braces, we have Invisalign.
That are clear aligners that can straighten your teeth over time.
Last August, the end of August, I had the braces put on, and by February they were off and my teeth were straight.
Everybody thinks of orthodontics as being a 2-year process. Not always the case, especially for adult treatment.
He told me it'd be about a 6-month process, and it was almost to the date, 6 months. I was never nervous at all, and everybody really knows what they're doing. From the minute you walk in here, they're so efficient. They take care of you. You're in and out. When they say this is your appointment time, you come in at that time, and you're out very shortly afterwards.
We really try to be respectful of people's time. So we always tell patients you were probably one of the few doctors' offices you can get in and out of before you're even supposed to be there for your appointment.
the finished product is what makes it so worthwhile.
It makes a difference. Your smile in business, in your social life.
People have asked me, did you get a facelift? And I was like, no, I need one, but no. And I said, no, I just had braces. They said, really? Well, it made my whole face look a little bit younger and more vibrant, just from having a better smile.
And that's the most gratifying thing for me, is to see that transition over time, and to see people's self-esteem increase.
I love going to the dentist and getting my teeth cleaned because it doesn't hurt so much as it did before. Flossing is so much easier. I guess I just feel a lot more confident.
It's a rewarding thing. The day you take somebody's braces off and they walk out of the office with a smile, you know, and it's a stable, functional smile.
You know, I'm still aging, that's not going to change. So you do keep losing a little bone structure as you age, but then he adjusts the retainer to keep my teeth stable, and that's what really makes me feel good.
I think it's probably one of the best places in Western New York, if not the best. They took great care of me, and I'm a firm believer in this facility.
Orthodontist Associates is obviously doing something different than the other orthodontist. And I take pride in the fact that a layperson's eyes can recognize the difference.
So I don't think it matters how old you are, especially if it's something that's bothered you most of your life, or you've undergone some structural change and you look at yourself like, oh, how did that happen? It's a small price to pay to feel better about yourself.
And I would recommend it for anybody that don't put it off any longer, just do it.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our first episode of Senior TV and were inspired to think positively about your own aging and living well. To see this episode again and to find more tips and information, visit seniortvwny.com and be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We can all take some words of wisdom from the lovely and talented Sophia Loren. There is a fountain of youth. It is your mind, your talents, the creativity you bring to your life and the lives of people you love. When you learn to tap this source, you will truly have defeated age. See you next time on Senior TV.